Hey, I'm Anthony Stevens.
Damian Leva.
This is the ThwakJak report. We haven't been super consistent on bringing these out. We're trying to figure out what to talk about because our podcasts, for the most part, seemed like they were the exact same thing as our ThwakJak reports. So we're looking for a little bit of a way to separate. So today we're gonna, for the most part, just look at the Batmobile photo leaks.
Yeah. Very exciting.
I am so happy because, I think it was you that actually sent it to me. It was like a month and a half ago. There were some reports that they were going to take a Dodge Challenger and kind of turn it into a Batmobile.
Yeah, very DIY type of Batman thing. Way different than what we've seen before.
It matches the suit.
Yeah, and it matches the overall, from the pictures, the behind the scenes pictures and descriptions, it matches that tone I think they're going for.
It definitely has that same visual aesthetic where it looks like something he put together in his garage.
Yeah.
It looks like he bought a Challenger and just took little bits and pieces to make it into a Batmobile.
Yeah.
And you were looking and you said the front grille kind of looked like it might have barrels.
Yeah, it looks like there's two barrels on either side of the center poking out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what else is going to be on.
Right. What kind of extra buttons he's got inside the Batmobile and stuff like that. And the other interesting part of that is, if that's what it looks like in the first movie, A, is he going to keep a Challenger through all 3 movies that they have contracted right now? Mm-hmm. Or also if it gets extended. But how the Batmobile evolves.
Right, yeah. I'm curious to see if he's going to stick with that muscle car or go more advanced as time goes on, in which he gets Lucius Fox involved and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I really want it, from the looks of it, I really want it to be a raw, sort of kick-ass, but more serious.
Yeah.
More serious
realistic tone.
Yeah. But kind of like that, where you see Batman get his ass beat a few times. And
yes.
Very, super raw. I want a raw Batman movie.
Yeah. No, and I think if there's any combination of people who will give it to you, it will be Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I know the reports are from the photos that they've leaked with the stunt actor on the motorcycle that he was chasing...
the Ben Affleck twin?
Yeah. Yeah. He does have that chin, dude. But apparently in that scene, he's chasing Catwoman.
Oh,
and
okay.
she's the one in the helmet and everything.
Yeah,
so.
And I saw that too, and people were getting all hyped and saying that that's the Catwoman suit. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Because if it was, that'd be lame. Yeah. It's just a leather jacket and leather pants. I doubt it.
That would be that's even more DIY than the Batsuit that we've seen. So.
Yeah. And I doubt it. That's just something, I don't know. Just the coveralls that she puts on.
Yeah. I want it to be...
you don't want it to be too how I guess comic booky, because I don't think it'd fit the tone of what they're trying to go for.
No, but I think she needs for lack of a better term, she needs a cat suit, which what Robert would get in to break into a bank or something like that, and
in the Arkham games.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be skin tight.
Revealing. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody would argue with it, but you need it to be black.
Yeah.
Cover her face, and because it's Catwoman, just for the fact that maybe it's a little nod to Batman. She's like, oh, I'll put on some cat ears and just say, haha, because I'm a cat burglar.
Yeah.
I think something like that would be cool, not playing to it too much. She doesn't need to be armored like Batman. She needs to be light and quick on her feet.
Stealthy almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, stealthy. It needs to fit the character, and if what they've done so far with Batman is any indication, I think they're going to go the right way with it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm pretty sure, I think, what do you think they're going to have, a first, teaser trailer? Because it comes out next July. Normally, they're, 5-6 months beforehand.
I was going to say around January then.
You think January? Honestly, I think, October we're going to get a first, teaser, honestly. October to December.
That almost gives us, what is that, 10 months? 9 months?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy with it, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You can build hype. I've been hyped from street footage, so I'm you throw out an actual teaser trailer, I already am just waiting for them to open ticket purchasing, and I'm there. So,
yeah.
To me, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going opening.
Yeah, and I think the earlier they release like a teaser, the better, I think. Because I've been reading comments on the Batmobile and stuff, and there's a lot of people like not happy.
Which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, I think it looks dope.
Yeah.
Like, it literally looks like something you can cook up in your backyard. So
yeah,
it's like,
that's what they're going for, I think, so. It's him just starting out as Batman.
And, like, dude, like, they can... it's gonna drive Dodge sales up.
Yeah. Product placement.
Dude. It's the easiest way to get a Batmobile, because how much do you think it cost Christopher Nolan to make the Tumbler?
Right.
Because you can't tell me that was readily available for them to just be like...
Here.
Yeah. They had to, like, construct that from the ground up, and then on top of that, make it to where it had the ejectable bike and all that. Like, I think that's cool for future movies down the line, but, like, starting, like, Batman Year 1 style, just... Or even 0 Year.
Yeah.
Where he's just getting his grips, and he's trying to figure everything out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe be a little bit big-headed, try to figure out everything, and then realize that, this is going to be a little harder than you expected, and have to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. Mm-hmm. You see it throughout the years, because, like, he meets the League of Assassins or League of Shadows, whatever you want to call them, and he upgrades. He meets the Court of Owls, and he figures out he has to do it again and again. Like, there's like always a bigger threat.
Yeah, each villain he meets, he has to adapt to them somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm actually really interested to see with these movies is, do you have Batman coming into a crazy world, or do you have a world evolving with Batman? Like, do you get the crazy villains because Batman shows up? Or are people like Penguin and Bane already rising?
Right, and I think that's going to be a hard one to, like, determine which way to go.
Yeah.
Like, with that, but...
Because at one point you can say, hey, it's a crazy dude's answer to these insane villains, or you can say it's these criminals' response to a bigger threat than cops.
I'd almost say the first one would make more sense.
I honestly think either way it would work.
Yeah.
Like, comic book wise.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that these people will think, I need to go over and above if I ever have to, like, show up and fight Batman.
Right.
So, like, I have to be prepared. So, Bane goes and gets Venom, and Penguin starts hiring henchmen and gets his whole shtick. You got the Riddler, who... I think the Riddler would be, like, the one who would be interesting to see evolve.
Yeah.
Like, I think we've actually discussed this on podcasts and stuff. I'd like to see him start off as the Riddler and end up in, like, the Hush position.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, and, either way they go with it, I think it'd be interesting. And, like I were talking about earlier, I kind of want Batman to be, like, he doesn't realize it, or he's kind of, like, trying to hide the fact that he's, like, just as insane as these villains are.
If not worse in
some
cases.
If not, yeah. So he is, like, kind of, like, one with them in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Anybody who sees their parents gunned down in an alley is gonna be a little messed up.
Yeah.
Even worse so if you end up dressing in a bat suit to...
You gotta be fucking crazy to dress in a bat suit and go fight, like...
Yeah. In general, like, not all there.
Yeah.
So, the fact that, like, at least in the comics, it seems like once he started showing up, like, even if there was stuff before, it seems like more and more and more because he's there.
Yeah.
And, like, the world just seems to devolve.
Right.
So, like,
Gotham just, like, turns to complete crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then you go over to, like, Metropolis, and it's all sunny and happy. You got Superman.
Yeah.
So, I really do hope they get to a point one day where they can aesthetically show that difference in tone. I think that's the only thing that, like, while I loved Man of Steel, it's the only thing that upset me going from Man of Steel to Batman vs. Superman, because you didn't really have that dichotomy of, like, super bright versus super dark.
They're both dark.
Yeah. Which I was still happy with.
Yeah.
I loved the Man of Steel movie. But, like, when you combine those two characters, like, Superman did feel lighter, but not as light as he should have compared to Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, the way he looked in Justice League at the end is how he probably should have looked. But at the same time, like, That's why they shouldn't have gone straight into Batman v Superman. They should have had like a sequel to where he fully becomes Superman.
Yeah, where he's that beacon of hope.
Yeah, because the Man of Steel, he wasn't Superman yet.
Yeah, because it's easy to say, hey, the S on my chest stands for hope, but like, unless you're an actual beacon of hope for the people that you live around.
And they try to show like quick shots of him saving people to kind of like, I guess, get that in real quick.
I think that was the only part of those movies that wasn't that effective to me, because like even the Zod dying at the end made sense to me.
Yeah, a lot of people trash that, but I like that a lot.
I mean, you can't save everybody. Like,
yeah.
I think if you're like Bruce Wayne, it makes more sense to try to hold yourself back because you don't want to cross that line because you've seen that. But if you're, for lack of a better word, like a god, like Superman, you restrain yourself as much as you can. But if someone's literally inches away from killing a family of 3,
what are you supposed to do?
Like, and I even feel like Batman would falter in that situation. But I think Batman, I think that's the difference between Batman and Superman is Batman is smart enough to find an alternative route.
Yeah, he's a thinker.
Where Superman has brawn.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to use it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, real quick, I know our main focus on this video was the Batmobile and Batman and our deep dive into that. But did you see the possible casting news
for Batman?
For Henry Cavill.
Oh, yeah. I think he sent that to me, yeah.
What do you think about the potential for Henry Cavill being Wolverine?
That... I can see it.
He has the build.
Yeah, he has the build. That's, I think...
I mean, it's not like we haven't seen a foreigner pull it off before.
Yeah. I don't know. I can see it and then I can't at the same time.
But at the same time, I know a lot of comic fans weren't really looking forward to Hugh Jackman doing it at first.
Oh, no, yeah.
Because he did not fit the character at all. Do you remember who the original person they tried to cast as Wolverine was? Bob Hoskins? The dude who played Mario in the Super Mario movie.
Oh, him? Really? Bob Hoskins.
Yeah. Also from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, that's odd.
Because he's more of the build of Wolverine in the comics.
That wouldn't have worked, I don't think.
No.
No.
It wouldn't have been as long lasting, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody has a more like fit, toned, tall version of Wolverine in their heads.
Because of Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
I
mean, it was a definitive character or acting job by him. He's one of the only comic book characters that hasn't had a change in casting over the last 25 years.
Right.
The only other ones you have are Captain America, Iron Man, and that's only because they've been going for... It's only a 10-year movie span so far. Yeah, Thor. But it's those main Marvel... Like, even the Hulk, though, had 3 different iterations before it was in the Avengers. Yeah. So, it's like... There's a lot of people that are going to be sour no matter who ends up becoming Wolverine, because it's an iconic role. Like, you even jump timeline to timeline, and it's still Hugh Jackman. So it's like... It's going to be hard to convince a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, he said he didn't want to do it anymore. But I think he would be able to get drawn back.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I want to see him and Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds on the screen together.
Dude, I would kill. I would kill for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd be fine with, like, Deadpool being its own, like, multiverse thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because F-bombs don't fit in the MCU.
Yeah, they don't.
And I would like him to be as untouched and I just don't want him to be held down. I can't think of the right words. I don't want him to be held down. And when you put him in a PG-13 movie with Spider-Man, I think it would work. You put him in a PG-13 movie with the Avengers, I think it just kind of blows apart.
It does, because that's like those tones don't mesh.
Yes.
Like, Spider-Man is more comedic anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could have a whole lot of Deadpool winking at the camera and saying, oh, not in this movie.
Yeah.
Where, like, in an Avengers movie, it would just feel too distracting.
Mm-hmm. Like, I almost wanted, like, in Endgame, I wanted, like, an end credit scene where the battle's over and then Deadpool kind of shows up late, out of breath. Mm-hmm. That would have been hilarious.
Kind of like, the end scene from the first Deadpool movie where he leaves his guns in the car.
Yeah.
But instead of like just going and fighting, he tries to go back and get them.
Yeah.
Something like that, and misses the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with something like that.
Yeah.
As long as, because he is an OP character.
Yeah.
Like, he is way overpowered.
Yeah.
To the point where he could have pretty much taken on Thanos by himself.
Yeah,
and, like,
he could have.
He has in the comics multiple times.
Yeah.
So it's like, you definitely want to fine-tune certain things, and it just wouldn't work. I'm not going to say it wouldn't work, because they proved me wrong with other things,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like it would work.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, this was a pretty slow news week as far as everything else went. So.
Yeah, and I think the Batmobile itself, like scrolling through my YouTube feed, Instagram, it's nothing but the Batmobile.
Oh yeah, no, it's all over the place to the point where IGN, like, I never see them uploading podcasts, but like, that was like the main headline for their podcast was Batmobile talk and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay,
there's a lot to talk about, and
yeah,
I think important to talk about.
I mean, you could always talk about all the backstepping that Star Wars has been doing, but
it's not even worth it at this point.
It's just giving me a headache.
Yeah,
because all I'm saying right now is I hope that they do good with this High Republic stuff and leave all that Skywalker saga stuff in the past and just start.
It's tainted.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wish like I could be in a position to like be in control, like the creative, because like I feel like I could have knocked it out of the park.
I feel like a lot of people could have done better than what they did. All they need to do is have one person in charge.
Like Kevin Feige.
Exactly like Kevin Feige.
John Favreau.
Still, like, that's my dream, dude. To get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. She has no clue what she's doing. Jon Favreau. Yeah. And give a series, if you're going to do a series of movies, like the Skywalker saga, or even like a 3-movie trilogy, like the last 3 movies, give it to one person.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams never should have stepped away.
No, they should have created a whole story arc for all 3 movies. Like they do with the MCU, they create a whole outline of what they wanted.
Because, personally, my thought is, like, why would you even visually want them to look different?
Yeah.
Because it's one story.
Yeah.
It's like going... It's like taking the filter from... I've been on a Saw kick lately, so forgive me. It's like taking the filter from Saw 1 and going to Saw 2. It feels like a different movie because you have that, like, super white, bright, like...
Yeah, and then you go to that green dark, yellow...
Dark, gritty, dirty, like...
Like, you feel dirty everyone watching that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even talk to you about that beforehand. It's that different.
Yeah.
And that's how it felt going from Force Awakens to The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And then back
yeah.
to The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
It did not match.
It started out, like, really good with Force Awakens. I was down for that. I was like, cool. And I was excited for The Last Jedi because I was expecting, like, Knights of Ren action. I was expecting to see the Fall of the Jedi Temple.
I'm still irritated. They really wasted the Knights of Ren.
They fucking wasted them. That pissed me off so bad. Because when I saw them in the new one, I was like, okay, we're going to finally get some.
And nothing.
Yeah.
They were...
afterthoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
and,
really?
Like, the more and more I think about it, it feels like a carbon copy of the old movies in certain aspects. Like, the only one that felt genuinely different was The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And it was too different.
Yeah.
And, like, there needs to be a happy medium.
There was even the Harry Potter sequence on Cancelbite, the casino planet, with the horses. That looked like Harry Potter shit.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah.
But now, we're getting way too far off topic with this. So for now, we'll just leave it at that with all this. Because, like we said, we didn't want to touch on...
Yeah.
Star Wars is a bottomless pit.
So... Yeah. So, Batmobile, excited. I want to see a batshit crazy Batman.
Yes.
Pun.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely excited for that, and we'll see if the Henry Cavill casting is true or not.
Yeah. I'm kind of aiming towards not, but we'll see.
I'm thinking that it won't end up falling through. He has a lot on his plate, because he's not going to be able to do The Witcher and Wolverine and stay in tip-top condition for the next.
Yeah. And there's no official word on whether or not he's going to be Superman going forward or not.
That's the other big thing. I think that would be the deciding factor for him if he's given the option.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to see him, but I want to see someone else now with Superman. It's been too long already.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would say they need to start fresh.
Just like they did with Batman.
I would say they need to start the whole DCEU fresh. But the only problem with that is you have a badass Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
And Aquaman was
and a
too.
dope Jason Momoa. See, I can even deal with redoing Shazam.
Yeah,
I dug it, but it wasn't something I'm married to.
Yeah, it's not a movie I'll go back and watch. Like, really.
I especially because of the CGI in that movie kind of killed me.
Yeah,
I wasn't big on it. Good story, good actors. I liked Zachary Levi. Is it Levy or Levi?
Yeah, Zachary Levi.
He was good, and then like all the Shazam kids were dope. Like I love that kid who played Freddy.
Oh, the one from It.
Yeah, dude, like I don't know this is the second time I've talked about that kid since we've been doing these videos. Like he is a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
and like it brings me joy to watch him do stuff on the screen just because it's magic. It's the kind of kid acting we haven't gotten since Macaulay Culkin. So
probably
I definitely just wish they would reboot. Yeah. All the DCEU start with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
And if you're gonna do that, you definitely need to. Don't you worry about team up movies for a long time.
Yeah.
Like flesh these guys out.
And that's the thing that scares me though, because now they've pretty much confirmed that they're doing a Flashpoint movie.
Which maybe that could go into that.
It could fix it,
but at the same time, Batman's gonna come before that, and it'll make no sense.
See, they don't plan things.
No, they just screwed it up pretty much.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the Batman movies on their own.
Yeah.
And if it comes together into a Justice League, I'm happy.
Yeah.
We'll see. But for now, Anthony Stevens.
Damian Leyva.
Peace.